Hello YouTube, Tina here. Today is March 2nd, and we're going to continue on our journey through our devotion, Hope for Today, Devotions for Depression and Anxiety. Our devotion today is called Good God. The Lord is good to those who hope in Him, to the one who seeks Him. Lamentations 3:25. We can find hope when we press into the goodness of God. Some days and even some reasons this can be a difficult practice. When circumstances are confusing and cycles of shame seem unending, we can forget what God's goodness tastes like. Are you waiting until you feel better to seek the Lord? Have you been hiding from Him or ignoring the pull of His presence because you're upset with Him? There is nothing that is too much for the Lord. Not your doubts, worries, angers, or fear. Bring them to Him today and taste the kindness of one who leads in love. He will not condemn your heart that seeks truth. You know, today I got upset, and I do that a lot lately, and I find myself having to pray constantly because I don't want to live an angry life. I want to live a fulfilling life. I don't want to live a depressed life. I want to live my life happy and joyful unto the Lord. And today I got a notice from the power company because my bill was one day late. Mind you, my bill was almost double what my bill normally is. And the day that it was due was a holiday, so I didn't get a chance to pay it until the following day. And I paid it and got charged a $22 late fee. Now this really angered me because I've already noticed an increase in my electric bill. And I'm not doing anything different than what I've done before in the past. I don't heat with electric. I have a fireplace and I have propane. So we have plastic up on our windows. We have unplugged stuff that we don't use. And I called the electric company. And the lady was not very nice, which caused me to be angry. And I started getting loud because I was angry because she wasn't listening. And she tried to tell me my bill is what it is. And I asked her, how is it when 10 people were living in my home, because I had my brother and his family living here, my bill was $225, $235 a month. Now, I have 5 people living in my home, and it's not Christmas, because at Christmas I decorate really big with lights and blow-ups in my yard, and I do the same for Halloween, lights and blow-ups, so I expect those months to be large bills, but they weren't. At Halloween, my bill was $185. At Christmas, my bill was, I think, $208 or $214. But here it is, January. My bill's $309. Roll into February, my bill's $365. Now, how is it there's less days in February and my bill is higher? So I call the electric company, hoping that they will give me answers. Nope. All I got was a very rude lady who basically told me it is what it is. Now the woman on the other end told me, she says, well, I'm sorry. If you can't afford your bills, maybe you should consider moving. Okay, my husband purchased this house 5 years ago. We are still making payments. Our house payment is very high. We're trying to get to the 10-year mark so we can hopefully take out another loan to lower our house payment because it is so astronomical. Now, that being said, all cutbacks have happened since the pandemic. You know, I'm a stay at home mom, teacher, wife, housekeeper. When before I had a business, had 3 employees under my belt. But COVID took that away. And I haven't been able to get it back because I'm still doing virtual school with my daughter. Even though she can go back to school, every day we get a call from one of the schools saying, "Oh, we have another COVID case. Oh, we have another COVID case." Well, I'd rather my daughter stay home and be safe. I don't want to put her through COVID and what they don't know about it. What they're still learning about this. I'm not willing to risk her life. So, we only have one income. Now, I got to thinking, it's really hard for families who need 2 incomes to survive to break down to one. But families have had to do that. They haven't had a choice in that matter. But as our economy is supposed to be getting back to whatever they consider norm, which to me it will never be normal, never. You know, our new normal now is a face mask and bills skyrocketing. Gases went up. Groceries have went up. Electric has went up. And cost of living has went up. But has our minimum wage went up? Nope. Here in nice old North Carolina, we're only making $7.25 an hour. If you work for minimum wage, that's what you're making. How is a person supposed to pay rent $600, $700, $800? $200, $300 electric bill on that, plus water bill, plus groceries? They can't. And if you make too much, you can't get any assistance. You can't get any help. So it's either, do I starve this month? Or do I pay my electric? Do I do without electric this month and pay my house payment? I mean, it's not ending, and nobody seems to care. So today, I took matters into my own hands. I contacted a whole bunch of TV stations and told them about the electric company and sent them my bills as proof. And the TV station is actually getting back to me, and they're going to do a story on it, which I hope is very wonderful. And I hope the TV man isn't pulling my chain. And I'm praying that these people who are getting rich and who are striving off of other struggles, I hope they get a big wake-up call. You know, Mountain Electric ought to be ashamed of itself. There is families out there that already have to turn their bills into DSS to get paid because they can't afford their electric. And you're going to jack their prices up, but you're not going to tell them you're jacking their prices up. You're going to tell them that that's normal. That's their usage. That's what they've always used. And people like me who have lived in their home for 5 years, and their bills have pretty much been the same for 5 years, are now facing this all of a sudden increase. And yeah, it's hard. And I'm fighting back. And if you're one of them people that your electric bill has all of a sudden skyrocketed in the past 2 months, and you're told, well, it's just your usage. It's been colder. No, people, don't feed into that. Look at the temperatures of last year and the temperatures of this year. Come on now. Come on. Don't feed into their lies. And if you are one of those people and want to stand up and take a stand, leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. say, hey, yeah, we're right there with you. Our bill's going up too. Let me know that you're dealing with the same issues, and me and the few handful of people that I talk to aren't alone, because I know we're not. I don't do social media, but my sister does, and she tells me that it's all over Facebook. All over Facebook about the electric companies jacking up prices. Now, Mountain Electric's electric prices have almost doubled. Blue Ridge? No. No, people of Blue Ridge says that their bills are pretty much the same. So way to go, Blue Ridge. I give you a thumbs up. And if I'm wrong, I don't know. You let me know, because I'm not a Blue Ridge customer. But from the people that I've talked to, they say no. They haven't seen a major increase in their bill. It might have been a slight increase, but nothing major like $100 to $200 increase. I wish I had another electric company to go to. But because I live where I live, I don't. And I'm praying that soon I will be able to finish my house, put it on the market, and move out of these mountains. We are adding a room on and doing some work to our home, floors, and some different work to make our house worth more, valued more. And if you're facing what I'm facing with the increase in the groceries and the increase in the electric and the increase in everything except for your paycheck, I'm really sorry. Because of all times, now is not the time for our bills to be increasing. Our pockets should be increasing because they were deflated for almost a year. Lord, I just thank you that you listen. And I thank you that the news stations that I contacted, that they reached out back to me. And I hope and pray that these high-powered electric companies and gas companies and food companies are ashamed of what they do. I pray that you correct this situation, because your people are struggling as it is. And they don't need to struggle any longer. And God, I thank you for allowing me to open my mouth and to speak truth and to stand up for what I feel is right and try to fight back. Only you know if this will go anywhere. Only you know what's going to come out of this. I don't have a clue. Nothing may happen. And then amazing things may happen. Regardless of what happens, Lord, I give you all the honor, glory, and praise, because I know you're taking care of it. I know you're up there fighting for the needy, fighting for the poor, fighting for the homeless, fighting for the sick, fighting for those who love you and are not greedy. God, and as we move closer to you, I ask that you touch each and every listener that listens to my devotional, and that you touch them in their situation, wherever it is, whatever it may be. Depression, anxiety, facing homelessness, facing bills piling up, facing just everything imploding in on them. I ask that you touch them in their spirit, and that you give them an ounce of hope, and that you let them know that you are there, and you are walking with them, and you go before them, and you fight for them. And they're not to be afraid. And they're not to be worried. And they're not to be sad. Because you are fighting their battles. You are fighting their battles. Whatever the battle may be, you are taking control. You are handling it. You are bringing peace. You are bringing prosperity. You are bringing healing. And to you belongs all the glory. To you belongs all the honor and praise. And I just worship you, Father, and I just thank you. I thank you for touching each and every person right now, Lord. I thank you for touching my body and healing me. I thank you that I opened my mouth and that you are allowing it to go to the right channels. And no, it may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. But I will heal back from somebody, and something will get done. My voice will get heard, and the weak will stop getting trampled on. I pray that you give me the courage to stand up to more and more. I pray that you give me the courage to open my mouth and fight the devil tooth and nail. And take on whoever I need to take on. And you give me the wisdoms, and you give me the words, and you, Lord, give me the calmness and the peace that I need when I do this. Not in anger, Lord, not in anger, because that is not of you. And I believe with all my heart and soul, as I continue to do what you ask, that I will see more and more. My eyes will be opened, and more things will change. Things will change. Things will change for the better. And more I will feel your presence, and more I will drift away from this loneliness, depression, hopelessness, sickness, and I will feel peace and calm and love and prosperity. I don't want to be rich, Lord, because richness only leads to wickedness. I don't want you to give me more than I can handle, but I don't want to struggle every day just to make it. And I believe as I am faithful, you also will be. I know you love me, Lord. And I know you're looking down at me today going, way to go. Way to go. God, I love you, and I give you all the honor and the praise because I am nothing without you. I will never be anything without you. I cannot do anything without you. You are everything to me. You are the head of everything, the center of my life. And I commit everything to you. And I pray for those families who are facing shut-off notices and they can't run their heat because they don't have the money. And they're cold and their children are cold. I pray for them, Lord. Give them heat. Lord, I just love you and I praise your holy and precious name. And I thank you. I thank you for doing all this and more. In your holy name I pray. Amen. Thank you, sweet Jesus. Thank you. I give you all the honor, glory, and praise. I thank you for watching my YouTube channel. And I pray that you'll join me tomorrow as we go to day 3, March 3rd. Not day 3, sorry. As we go to March 3rd on our journey to healing from depression, from being held back, from anxiety. I love you all, and I'm praying for each and every one of you. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you. Have a good evening.